Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm George Conley with Scratch Golf Tips, and today we're going to be talking about a concept in golf that many amateurs who are actively looking to improve their game overlook or don't know about entirely. And what I'm referring to is the concept in golf improvement of feel versus real. Now, feel versus real is a concept in golf where what you're feeling in your golf swing could be vastly different from what the reality is in your golf swing. This concept especially manifests itself when you're actively trying to make larger swing changes. Because the golf swing is so heavily based in muscle memory, if you're trying to undo that work, say you've been using the same swing for 10 years, you've hit tens of thousands of golf shots, tens of thousands of swings with that same muscle memory. You can't just go to the range and fix it over a course of 1 hour. You're gonna feel like you are, say you're trying to work against an over-the-top move and you're trying to shallow out. The first few times that you swing that golf club, you're going to feel like you're shallow, like you're hitting it like Sergio Garcia shallow, when in reality, it may just barely be changing. And it's very tough to gauge when you're just swinging because you can only feel what you feel. You can't have a third eye looking at your golf swing and analyzing it. Obviously, we can film. We can film the golf swing and analyze it that way, which is important. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But the reality is, when you think you're making these huge changes, that could just be your feeling. So it's important to differentiate between the two. Now, what's important to note about the feel versus real concept is that it manifests itself across all different types of golf swings. It manifests itself on all different aspects of the golf swing. Like I said earlier, this will only really manifest itself when you're trying to actively change your swing. That's why it can be really frustrating to change the swing, because in your mind, you're thinking, well, I'm doing all of these things so differently, but the result is the same. And that's when improving your golf or making an attempt to improve your golf can be really frustrating. But that's because oftentimes golfers don't look objectively and they think, hey, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, when in reality, they're doing a fraction of it. So as I mentioned earlier, a great way to analyze feel versus real and look at these swing changes objectively is by filming your swing and filming your swing constantly. Because these larger swing changes take a lot of time, you're going to have multiple range sessions. You're going to have to hit a couple buckets of balls. I'm not saying that it's going to take you 6 months to implement a swing change, but it won't take 6 minutes, that's for sure. So continue to analyze your swing and compare it. So if you're going through 5 practice sessions, if you're saying, hey, I'm going to fix my swing, like I said earlier, we'll just go with the example of I'm going to not come over the top. I'm going to shallow out my swing. Take a video of your first session. Okay, I'm coming over the top this much. All right, work on it. Work on feeling super shallow. Then your second time on the range, okay, I'm still coming over the top, but not as much as last time. Compare those 2 videos. All right, looking good. Now continue. Same drills, feel the same thing, exaggerate it as much as you can if that's gonna help. Now I'm neutral. Okay, now I'm shallow. After 4 or 5 attempts, you can continue to film yourself and film yourself from the same angle, slow motion, real speed, whatever it is. Have consistency in the way that you're filming yourself, and that's going to give you the real view. We have the feel view, if you will, because we feel the golf swing every time we swing the club, and we're hyper conscious of that feel when actively working on swing change. So we know the feel. The only way that we can get the real is by either going to an instructor, having a buddy or a family member look at your swing on the range, or film the swing. And filming the swing is great because it's not just a pair of eyes saying, oh, I think you did this. You can objectively slow down the swing, go frame by frame. Any phone has great camera. All these phones have very nice slow motion capability. You can go frame by frame, and then you can paint a very real picture of your reel. There are countless examples of golfers really exaggerating these swing feels because they know that if they exaggerate it a ton, then just a fraction of that exaggeration is actually going to implement itself in the golf swing. I'll put a few examples on screen, but like I said earlier, if you want to come over the top, and because you're already really shallow, really exaggerate it. It's almost like you're chopping down wood, chopping down a tree. Really exaggerate it and do that in rehearsal a few times, get that feel, and then in the golf swing, you'll have that feel, but you can convert it into real just by getting that fraction of it in. film the golf swing, exaggerate the aspects of your swing that you're looking to isolate and change. I think this is super important for golfers who are looking to improve their game. I think it's a super important concept to understand because it will alleviate a lot of the frustration. It helps you understand the process. It helps you understand how you're working out of your muscle memory. And it really does align your expectations a little bit better because there are a lot of golfers who want to improve and they want to do it super fast and they feel like they should be, but they're not. So it's important to be objective about your golf improvement, and it's very important to manage your expectations, and I think this concept helps you do so very efficiently. As always, I'd love to hear any of your thoughts on this concept down in the comment section below. I read and reply to all the comments on these videos. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it very much if you could leave a like rating. That does two things. It helps YouTube show this content to more people who will find it helpful. It also helps show me that you're enjoying this type of content, and that allows me to tailor the future content that we put out on the channel better to the viewers. If you would like to see more content from Scratch Golf Tips, you can go through our page. We already have over 150 videos on the channel, so you can go through our playlists, our uploads, you can view all that great stuff. And if you want to see future content, always you have the option to subscribe, and you can turn on post notifications to be notified every time we post. Thank you all very much for watching. Play well and take care.